Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. MSU Maguindanao Chancellor by Hehira Nefertiti Lembona. Hindi ko po kayang kumpletuhin lahat. MSU Maguindanao Vice Chancellor for Planning and Development Arceli Naraga. To the MSU faculty and staff, dear students, fellow public servants, guests, ladies and gentlemen, magandang gabi po sa ating lahat. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Woohoo! Ganito pala ang feeling ni Taylor Swift, no? Pag may sumisigaw na ganyan, Janex, humanda ka sa akin. Before I read my speech, they prepared a speech. Siguro, meron po akong short kwento. Alam ko, bawal na po, magagabi na daw. Pero may short akong kwento. I am happy to see that here in MSU Maguindanao, I asked if this is the first infirmary here in MSU Maguindanao, and the Chancellor said yes. Nung nagkaroon po tayo ng pandemic, I was in my room kasi wala po tayong pasok, work from home tayo. And I'm thinking, ano po bang, I'm watching the news. Lahat ng nasa news, wala daw pong available hospital facility ang ating mga kababayan nationwide. Kailangan pa yung mga kababayan natin pumunta sa Metro Manila o kaya sa mga urban cities para makakuha ng health service. I-share ko lang po, I've worked as a legislative staff in the Senate kay Senator Edgardo Angara po. He passed already, he used to be the Senate President. One of the major advocacy po ni Senator is, actually dalawa, education and health. So, naawa ako na nakikita ko po yung mga kababayan natin, lalo na yung mga hindi may kaya, na hindi makarating sa urban area, sa city, para makatanggap ng professional medical help because kulang ang facilities. So I talked to his son, si Senator Sani Angara. Sabi ko, wala po kasi akong chance to actually help in the national government because I was in my own little way, but I was in Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas then. So I called the senator, whom I know can also help us. Sabi ko, after the pandemic, sana hindi mangyari ulit. Sana hindi na po mangyari ulit sa atin to na may namamatay, walang mapuntang hospital or clinic yung mga kababayan natin kasi walang available na facility. My suggestion was, kung pwede siyang gumawa ng batas or isama sa budget na lahat ng SUC sa buong Pilipinas, lagyan ng infirmary or hospital para maging mapalapit po yung health services sa ating mga kababayan. Because if you will notice po, yung SUCs, napakadami. It's more than 110 nationwide. And at the same time, nakakapagbigay ka ng health service. And at the same time, pwede tayong magturo for the health profession. So I'm really happy to note when I got the invitation that we will be opening or inaugurating an infirmary here. And I'm praying, inshallah, hopefully it becomes a full-blown hospital within our term. I can clearly remember it was on December 12, 2023, just a month ago when I had a pleasant of receiving at the DBM Central Office in Manila the officials and several key representatives of the Mindanao State University System. Masaya po ako sa kanilang naging courtesy visit dahil we had a productive and meaningful meeting that day. At alam niyo po ba na isa sa pangunahin naming agenda noong araw na yon, yun po ay ang paghingi sa amin ng update sa request ng MSU para magkaroon ng karagdagang faculty positions. And on that same day, I approved the funding for the creation of 670 faculty positions across the MSU campuses, including here in Maguindanao, marking a historical occurrence for the MSU system. This was our response to the call of the whole of MSU system, as its universities have been exponential growth in student enrollments and expansion of academic programs for over 3 decades without receiving funding for new personnel. Hindi po ako makapaniwala na ganoong katagal. 3 dekada naghintay ang MSU community para magkaroon ng ang MSU campuses ng mas marami pang guro. Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, dito po sa MSU Maguindanao, 66 new faculty positions ang mabubuksan dahil sa hakbang na ito. For this groundbreaking move, we have approved a total of 334.24 million pesos fund, delivering immense benefits to the Mindanao State University community. Masaya po ako at kami po lahat sa DBM na makakatulong sa ating mga kababayan, mapaguro man o estudyante, para makamit ang pagkakaroon ng dekalidad na edukasyon sa iba't bahagi ng Mindanao. Hindi pa siguro lingid sa inyong kalaman na lahat na malapit sa aking puso ay ang Mindanao. Lalo na po ang usapin ng pagpapaunlad nito. I am a proud daughter of Mindanao and a Maranao. Thus, I have made it my personal advocacy to help Mindanao the best way I can. And in our pursuit of achieving inclusive and lasting progress, it is impossible to talk about development without education. Educational opportunity often offer every Filipino a chance at a better life. President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. has repeatedly emphasized the importance of prioritizing and investing in the education sector. It is in this way that we are able to attain a real prosperity. And now, we are further advancing our development agenda as we inaugurate the MSU Maguindanao Infirmary Facility. This is another significant milestone for the university as it is the first university infirmary established through the DBM-funded DOH Healthcare Facility Enhancement Program. Tunay pong malaking tulong ito para makapagbigay ng basic healthcare access hindi lamang para sa ating faculty members, staff at mga estudyante, kung hindi para sa publiko. At dahil nga po may sarili ng infirmary building ang MSU Maguindanao, makakapag-alok na po ang universidad eventually ng health-related academic programs sa pamamagitan ng modernong pasilidad na ito. Sa darating na panahon, maniniwala ako na dito mauhubog ang ilan sa pinakamauhusay at pinakapinagkakatiwalaang medical professionals na kinakailangan ng ating bansa. I am truly impressed with how the modern healthcare facility is equipped with crucial medical features such as an emergency care area, a nursing station, isolation room, university physician consultation room, a dental clinic, a pharmacy, medical laboratories, and admission rooms. Halos kompleto na po ito. Indeed, the healthcare facility will strengthen the socio-economic development of Maguindanao, contributing to the overall development of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Mindanao and the country at large. Naiintindihan po natin ang halaga ng kalusugan para sa isang individual at para sa isang pamayanan. Ang sabi nga po ng Pangulo, habang pinapabuti natin ang lagay ng ekonomiya, pinapalakas din natin ang kakayanan ng Pilipino. Ito ay ang sa pamamagitan ng pagpapahalaga ng armas ng edukasyon, magandang kalusugan at trabaho. Ang pasilidad pong ito ay patunay na pagtupad ng lahat ng hararing ito. Ang pasilidad pong ito ay isang patunay na ang national government ay nakahandang umagapay sa mga kababayan nating nangangailangan upang bigyan sila ng access sa mga serbisyo na nararapat nilang makuha. Mahal po ng ating Pangulo ang BARC, at tutuparin po natin ang kanyang hangarin na ipagpatuloy ang progreso na nangyayari dito sa rehiyon. In fact, in the 5.768 trillion General Appropriations Act budget for 2024, the local government units includes an allocation of over 80 billion pesos for BARM. The BARM budget is distributed across different programs including the BARM Annual Block Grant, the Special Development Fund, and the BARM shares in national taxes. All of these are part of our collective effort to fulfill the President's mission for BARM to be self-governing, progressive, and effective. Bahagi po ito ng malawakang hangarin ng ating Pangulo para sa isang bagong Pilipinas. Dahil yan po ang isa sa nagbibigay ng kahulugan sa konsepto ng ating bagong Pilipinas, kung sa lahat ng sektor ng lipunan ay kumikilos at may kontribusyon para sa inaasam nating transformasyon. Bagong Pilipinas is not just an idea born out of desire for change. It is a movement that transcends partisan divides and embodies the principles of excellence, innovation, and progress. And it is in this crusade towards transformation the DBM actively takes part in heeding the President's call. We are actively taking part in the transformation of our economy by relentlessly pushing for budgetary reforms geared towards the promotion of open, transparent, efficient, and accountable government. We will work hard to make sure that we are doing our best to usher in the bagong Pilipinas that you can be all proud of. When I took office almost 2 years ago, I became the only female Muslim member of the cabinet of President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. Since day one, I swore to carry on with fulfilling the DBM's mandate in a way that uplifts the lives of ordinary people. Today, my commitment remains solid. Rest assured that I will continue to give my beloved Mindanao the voice and help to usher in an inclusive, responsive, and accountable government that will ultimately result in promoting lasting peace and development here in Mindanao. Hanggang sa abot po ng aming makakaya, asahan niyo pong kaagapay kami. Kailanman hindi po kayo papabayaan ng ating Pangulo sa bagong Pilipinas. Hindi po papabayaan ng Pangulo ang Mindanao sa bagong Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay kayong lahat. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.